the, the homeless will still be there. And they have a PATH program. They are the ones that transport the guests. We do not transport people from anywhere, but we do allow Wayne Metro to bring their guests, their participants to us. And they go out into the woods, and their shelter has never been full. Our shelter, within 2 days, we were taking people off the street for 13 weeks. It stayed full the whole 13 weeks. So please consider what you're giving up and what ends up being a detriment to the community and the citizens that are homeless. Thank you.
Any further public comment for this hearing?
Real quick, I want to stand, and first of all, this, and I know I may get some flack for this, but I want to apologize to City Council. And the reason why I want to apologize is because this is ChristNet, which was built on the name Jesus Christ. And we want you all to know, I want to apologize to you if no one else does, for any comments, any way that you were treated tonight as we are trying to work for ChristNet, because we respect you. I want everybody to know that. I don't believe in us as Christians being disrespectful and being nasty to city council. That's not me. That's not how I walk. That's not how I live my life. And I say to you, I don't like the fact of you being disrespected, and I ask you to forgive any comment, anything that was offensive in any way or disrespectful. And at the same time, I ask you, don't disrespect ChristNet. Don't disrespect the name of Jesus Christ by listening to another entity that is encouraging you to cancel ChristNet out and they take over. Amen.
Please come forward.
On the front item, I just lost my notes, so I'm going to be waiting. Good evening again. KBC Washington County Homeless and Solidarity Network. I am also speaking to you tonight as a person with lived experience of homelessness. I have been the naked person incoherent being chased by the police. And I stand here before you tonight as an advocate. None of us are our worst day, our worst month, our worst year. And everyone deserves an opportunity to come back from those experiences and stand where I stand today. I hear that there are some issues between these two nonprofits. There's a potential handover of power. I've learned a lot tonight listening to the various speakers. Changing hands is not going to stop people from urinating in public. Public restrooms might help stop people from urinating in public. Adding extra porta potties, being proactive about these issues instead of reactive. I sat here tonight and I looked at a map of Taylor. I don't come here often. I come here for the conservatory and some secondhand shopping. I don't know Taylor that well, but I sat here and looked at a map of Taylor tonight and thought, if not on Eureka, where? Have you asked yourself that question? Have you looked at a map? Have you looked at the properties that the city owns? Have you looked at properties that other nonprofit owns? If not on Eureka, where? Where is this going to go that isn't near a school, near a facility for elderly people? I heard someone mention tonight our most vulnerable residents. Our homeless community are our most vulnerable residents. Our unhoused community are our most vulnerable residents. I heard the guy from the barber shop talk about banging on the side of the garbage can, and I thought, thank God he banged. Because we just had someone go into the hospital because they got tipped into a garbage truck. They came within a foot of being crushed by a blade. So thank God they banged. Our homeless residents are our most vulnerable residents. 90 days of interrupted service is life or death to to our most vulnerable residents. This body's primary job, as I see it, is to ensure uninterrupted access to services, regardless of who is delivering services. Uninterrupted access. I hear the people from ChristNet saying that they are providing community. And in our service organization, we believe not in housing first, but in community first. Because if we put people away in housing and they are alone and isolated, they will fall back into patterns. They will get lost and they will die. They are still serving people who have been housed, as they've said, because they come for community. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further open comments during the public hearing? Any further comments during open public hearing? Hearing none. A motion to approve the close of
Oh,
public
darn.
hearing.
And I'll keep it short and sweet.
All right, that's why I said it twice.
Julie Grouchy-Mann, thank you. It's been a long evening. I just want to talk about blessings. A lot of us, when we wake up and have breath in our lungs, every one of us, when we wake up, are blessed. When we open our eyes and can see the ceiling, we're blessed. We have warm beds that we're in, and we have blankets, and we swing our legs over the side of the bed, we're blessed. The homeless sometimes don't even have a bed. We're blessed when we flip on our lights, when we walk to the kitchen, when we open the door to the refrigerator and the light comes on, we have cold beverages or the microwave and hot beverages and hot running water and showers. ChristNet gives that to the homeless. They are blessing the homeless. A lot of Americans take it for granted, the blessings that we have. And I can think of 20 before I even walk out of my door. Just think of ChristNet and how they bless the homeless.
Chairman, I actually have questions in regards to this. So can I go ahead and ask those now while we're still in the hearing process?
To the chair, I don't want to prolong this because we're late into the evening, but because the council members will be deciding this appeal, I think we should have time to ask questions of President.
Where did it?
Okay. So one of my first things is I was reading through, first I want to thank everybody for coming out this week because I know it's emotional. Everybody has, personal thoughts, feelings on it. But with that being set aside, I was reading through our ordinance and there are two sections in regards to the business licensing and the revocation. One of the, it's chapter 10 of our code of ordinances, the business licensing. There's section 1025, which covers this process of the hearing to appeal the revocation of the license once it's been appealed. But there's a section 1023 that covers the grounds for refusal to issue, suspension, and revocation of a license. Under that section, it says, licenses requested pursuant to this chapter may be refused by the city clerk, and licenses that have been issued may be revoked or suspended by the mayor or city clerk at any time after a hearing before the mayor for any of the following causes. It lists 4 causes under there, okay? So my question is, was there a hearing before the mayor before the revocation letter was sent out to ChristNet?
No.
Okay. My second question is, I read through the letter that was sent to ChristNet revoking their license, which doesn't expire. My understanding is it doesn't expire until next year, September of next
Yes,
year.
September
It was just
25.
issued in
Please
September of
run.
last year.
If someone wants to come forward and address the question, but I don't want to have this just kind of people shouting things out.
So under that section, when I read through the letter that was sent out to ChristNet, I did not see where it addressed a hearing with them, and I also read through the very, large packet, and I did not see any communication to ChristNet from the administration. I saw communication to Wayne Metro, but I did not see any communication to ChristNet or their representatives on until it got to the point of the revocation letter. So the letter also doesn't state that it was revoked under one of these 4 items that are listed here. So my question is, are we opening ourselves up to a lawsuit because we're not even following our own ordinance? If we didn't have a hearing before the mayor before it was revoked, because it does specifically say it can be revoked by the mayor at any time after a hearing before the mayor for any of the following causes. And